Are we good? We're live on YouTube. Grind the rating duels on stream. That's something that I maybe want to turn into a stream. I am going to be playing all 3 of the new good decks from the August pack. So one of them I'm leaking today. Today I'm leaking a new pack deck for August, and I'll be playing it on the new pack day, or the day after, as we're doing a tournament on the day of. And then we have a second really good deck, and then a third really good deck. All 3 decks are good. All 3 decks are decks that people have been wanting. Every time I ask, what do you want to be leaked? These 3 decks keep on coming up. So the pack we just got was 2 good decks. Yubel Centurion, and then the August one's gonna be 3. The third for this pack was the Typhon, which, you know, it's not an entire new deck itself. All right, all right. Grit Drop, thank you for the free prime sub. Aslam Zero, thank you for the 20 months, my friend. Emma Valentine with the 66 months. The Queen of 6 Sam is here. The Feds of the 12 months, official 1 year. Leak new Exodia cards or give me a refund. Oh my. Marsaki, thank you for the 21 months. Hey, Decade and G. I'm still figuring out Chino Birds, but I'm having fun with them. I don't want to spoil the match today, but it wasn't that fun to watch, so sorry for that. Anyway, for the EU WCQ, which will be next weekend in Berlin, wish me luck, and I will be trying to send fools back to Fortnite. Morsaki, good luck. I hope you do well, and get Fiend Smithin'. Dr. JB with the 28 months. Hey, Decade, hope your weekend's going well. I watched Ancient Gear 2.0 Fiendsmith Snake Eye yesterday. Do you know when their support comes to MD? We'll be leaking them when we're leaking them. And yeah, Ancient Gear is quite interesting. It's just a go second deck. One of their main cards are saying you cannot set cards the turn you activate this card. Not for the rest of the turn you activate this card. So the deck wants to go second, like Tenpai. So why is this dude playing Ancient Gear instead of Tenpai, and then he's still winning? DMZ River, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you for continuing to be the heart and soul of this game all this time. Thank you, my friend, for the 8 months. LX Hesse with the 12 months, official 1 year. 80K 1 year anniversary. Thank you for your amazing streams. Keep it up, mate. Do you think the new Mulcharmies Electromite could come back in TCG? Oh, yes, so I've been saying that Electromite is tied to Max C. One is banned, so the other could be unbanned, and then vice versa. Well, yeah, Max C and Electromite have to be banned together, and if you have Max C unbanned, then you can have Electromite. So I would say so, yes. Electromite could come back in the TCG with the new Max C Light Mulcharmy. Yup. Mark Stake, thank you for 3. My prediction is the new Mulcharmy comes out in TCG, and the TCG complains so much about the new card. They say, why do we have Max C Light? We never liked Max C. That's why we don't play Macedol. We don't like OCG. We're the more competitive format. Get this garbage card out of here. And then Konami NA may limit the card to 1. And then maybe people stop crying. Maybe they'll say, I'm still getting sacked by this one of. What the hell, Konami? Just ban it. And then Konami NA may just ban the card. That's my prediction. Mark Stake, thank you for the 3 months. My friend, I love your content, but please, can I get a refund? Absolutely not. Officially out of the clause for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then my prediction for Macedol and OCG is that Max C gets banned, and then we just have the new Mulcharmy at 3. And that's it. No more Max C. Hello, Mr. Cade. How's the D? It's doing well. Thank you for the 2 months. Scoldger with the 18 months. Loving it. Thank you. Divine Judgment with the 7 months. I've been subbed ever since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I wanted to thank you for the great content. Also, is Red Lotus Flame King Crime in the July pack, the second one? I have no idea what that card is, but maybe it could be. I don't know. What you could do is everything that I've leaked, look at where those cards came out in, right? So if I were to go on Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta, and we look up Magia. So Magia would be the card we want to look up here. Where did Magia come out? Magia came out, and you want to look at the OCG set. Quarter Century Duelist. So things from this pack is what you could expect, right? This pack looks kind of trash, huh? There's the Magia. Where's the Karibo? Karibo's in here somewhere that I leaked also. Just saw it. Where was it? Karibo. Ultra rare Karibo. So I did leak this. The Magia is leaked. So just look at this, and you may have a good idea on what's coming in the 2nd July pack, in addition to what I've already been leaking. Is that new Xyz? Yeah, this one. Full armored Utopic Ray Lancer in the same pack. So just look for things we don't have in this pack and you're good. So what did you ask for? Red Lotus? Lotus? No results, sorry. All right. Divine Judgment. I've been subbed ever since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I wanted to thank you for the great content. Also, yeah, sorry for reading that again. Thank you for the 7 months. Is Robert the 5 months? Little Zero, hey, Decade and Gia. No need to thank me. Free Prime is my way of thanking you. Have a good one. I appreciate it still. Thank you for the 4 months, my friend. Loving it. Official I'm in the closet for you. The Vince Prince, 29 months. Yes. Ghost Assassin, 33 months. Wyvern Hustler, 28 months. 28 months already seems like only last month it was 27. I don't know if you saw the recent leaks about Nibiru coming to Duel Links. Yup, Nibiru to Duel Links. Or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player that was arrested at a tournament. Crazy time, still coping for Duel Links content. I didn't look into it because I assume everything on YouTube about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is clickbait. But someone actually got arrested for slow playing. And maybe they got, I don't know, what happened? They got angry? Yu-Gi-Oh! Player arrested? Is there a news article? Canadian player? Is there an actual news article that's not this like this fake mugshot? I'm sure this is not real. Charged after fighting. So a fight happened after someone was slow playing is what I'm guessing. Wait, this is real? It's a real mugshot? Oh my gosh. Well, a Springfield man has been charged after a fight during a card game tournament in Marshfield this week. Where's that? Where's Marshfield? This is America? This is American Yu-Gi-Oh! According to the court documents, 26-year-old Haven Burkhart is charged with first-degree burglary. I was talking about this. You steal the opponent's graveyard, then you have the opponent's deck checked by the judge, and then you win. Maybe that's what happened? Possession of a controlled substance, attempted stealing in addition to burglary, so we already successfully stole something that we want more, and 4th degree assault. What is 4th degree assault considered? What is the severity of a 4th degree assault? A 4th degree offense is a felony and results in a criminal record in the event of conviction. Like, does this mean severity of it? How bad is a 4th degree assault? This is too much. Okay, let's keep on reading. Investigators say that on July 9th, police officers responded to the tournament because a man was threatening other customers inside the store. When officers got there, they separated Burkhart from the fight and arrested him. Witnesses tell KY3 the tournament was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game tournament. A victim told officers he and Burkhart were playing a game, and once the game was over, the victim asked Burkhart to play faster next time. Oh my gosh. Burkhart was playing too slowly. Oh my God. Once the game was over, did you really beat someone and then tell them to play faster? There's no way this dude went nuts after winning. If I win and my opponent tells me to play faster next time, I just laugh in their face and walk away. This dude had to have lost, and then after losing was told to play faster next time. It's essentially saying, don't be stupid next time. Don't be so dumb that you are insulting them after you just beat them. The tournament consisted of timed games. After the victim made this, this dude became a victim after suggesting to play faster. Burkhart replied with a with a threat to the victim. Wait, Burkhart threatened them after saying to be playing faster, and then the victim immediately whipped out their phone and called 911? What? Did not get physically hit, but called 911. How big was this threat? The victim then called 911. Other people in the tournament attempted to calm. Okay, so this dude is freaking out and yelling. while we're calling 911. It wasn't like a simple threat of like, screw you, I'm gonna beat you up tomorrow. They were not able to calm down Burkhart after being told to play faster after losing, is what I'm guessing. The victim then told, so this victim, how is this a person a victim? Did they get hit? Were they physically assaulted? Just a threat was thrown their way, is that it? The victim told authorities that Burkhart tried to steal a pack of cards from the counter. So the store did nothing to this dude. He loses a duel, is told to play faster, gets up, threatens the guy who told him to play faster, and then I guess is trying to jump the counter and steal cards from it, which by the way is never good. The packs from the counter, the boxes are pre-opened. The whole store announces to every player in the store after a secret is pulled, and then everyone stops pulling from that pack. You get scammed. According to witnesses, the pack of cards was one of the winning prizes of the tournament. Oh, is the prize support, yes, the tournament packs? Authorities say at one point during the altercation, Burkhart assaulted the store owner. What? The player insulted you, and then you assaulted the store owner and tried to steal a pack of cards. And at that time, another witness restrained Burkhart. As officers were escorting Burkhart to a patrol car to take him to jail, authorities say they walked past Burkhart's car and noticed someone in it. Someone is in his car. According to authorities, a man was in the passenger seat of Burkhart's car. Okay, wait, what does this mean? Authorities identified the man and arrested him for active warrants. So some dude's hiding in his car with active warrants after he saw police come out of Greene County for failure to appear for tampering with a motor vehicle. What the heck? According to court documents, officers on the scene also found drug paraphernalia in Burkhart's car. Oh, dude had weed in his car. He had a felon in his car. Before officers started driving Burkhart to the jail, he told them he was overdosing on heroin. What? This dude was dueling on heroin, and that's why he was playing slowly. And then in a heroin freaking overdosed rage after being told to play faster, just starts swinging at the store owner, trying to steal a pack of cards, screaming. People are trying to calm him down unsuccessfully. Burkhart told authorities he had used heroin 30 to 45 minutes before the tournament. EMS crews arrived to look at Burkhart. Officers also found cocaine in Burkhart's wallet. He's got heroin, he's got cocaine.
He's got Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
He's got a felon hiding in his car. He's got drugs in the car.
Coke off of dark.
What the heck? During the investigation, authorities said Burkhart had 4 grams of cocaine on him. Burkhart is being held in the Webster County Jail on a $50,000 bond. He is scheduled to appear in court on July 23rd. So we'll get an update in 2 days. All right, wow. Yu-Gi-Oh, that is what it's like, damn. All right, well, anyway, let's hop back in the tournament. Damn. So, you know, he wasn't really arrested for slow playing. Okay, nice. That was something. I did not expect that. All right, Gia, are you ready for the tournament? Let's hop right in, let's do it. Yeah, the drugs made him slow, but isn't heroin and cocaine speed faster? Like, you'd be going nuts, like making quick plays. You don't slow down, right? You drive faster, everything. Weed would make you slower. All right, let's go. Damn. Don't listen. If you see someone tweaking out, don't provoke them, okay? Guys, they keep saying this guy's a victim, but the victim was stupid for probably seeing that this guy's tweaking out on heroin and cocaine and then provoked him by saying that he sucks by not playing quick enough. All right, Darth versus River. Let's get to it. Let's do it. You would provoke a tweaker personally? Well, you don't have a good regard for your own personal safety then. Darsh V33, thank you for the 19 months. I think the new Mulcharmy is being way overhyped, so can I get a refund? Absolutely not, and you're gonna eat them words soon. Just wait. Wing Zero VP with the tier 1 for 18 months total. Loving it. And let me say something to Gia real quick. All right. Yeah, Gia, someone said edit that story into a short. All right, YouTube's here, everyone's here. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. Let me set up the music being on the screen. Let me move it over here. Perfect. Awesome. Let's bump this out. And what do we have here? We have Super Heavy Samurai Adventure. Huh? What is in this extra deck? It is a Yusei deck. Yusei Super Heavy Samurai. Let's freaking go. All right, I'm ready. Are you ready? Round one, Yusei versus the best deck in the game, Snake Eye Fire King, Hajime. But we are going second, unfortunately. We're gonna discard our Skyburn, which pops cards in the field, getting rid of that because our hand is quite good. We're going to be setting up our original symbol. Let's speed this up. Send the Diablo Star, summon for the deck, our Snake Eye Ash. Ash, add the Ponix, normal summon the Ponix, grab the Sanctuary, set up the Fire King Island. Send the Sanctuary to come forth and summon for the deck, a Flame Burst. We're now going to Pot of P for just 3. Reveal 3. Come to me, Poplar. Poplar trigger, special summon onto the field. Search our deck for the Snake Eye field spell, as we now have a Sunlight Wolf. We're going to be reborning the Ash and Poplar through the effect of the Flame Burst being sent to the graveyard, further showconning this up into a Doolittle Chimera, further showconning into an Apollo USA. We're going to use the Fire King Island, pop in the Flame Burst, add it back to the hand through the Sunlight Wolf to search our deck for a Garunix, so then pop from the deck an Arvata to reborn from the Grave Chimera. As we then make our Link Haribo, which will be with the Chimera making a Promethean Princess to reborn from the grave our Arvata, so we now have another monster negate. As we then make an Amblo Whale, and then we attempt to end our main phase. Now the Griffin Rider is activating, which will provoke the opponent to activate Arvata. Now, does Arvata destroy the Griffin? Did you waste your Griffin? Well, if I read the Arvata, it says you just negate the activation. So we're forcing them to pop with Arvata, and we're just going to use Griffin again next turn. Sure. Taking out our Amblo Whale early, which will trigger the Amblo Whale to reborn from the grave our Doolittle Chimera. Now back to you. Now, Amblo Whale could have been good to reborn something like a Masquerena if we had one in the graveyard, which we do not. So this Arvata negate was still pretty much free. What do we have here? We have negate, 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 imperm, negate. We have 4 negates plus in the grave. We have Promethean Princess, pop a card. Then we're going to have the Garunix, which will be popping another card. About 6 disruption plus the Max C. Let's go. We got to do it all through the Max C. Water Enchantress, searching for the Rite of Eresmir, but that was a Jabate. We already have it. Now, this card is fully unlimited, by the way. The Water Enchantress is semi-limited. Okay, so, wow, we're still going to Gamma, negate, and destroy the Apollo USA, forcing out the Gamma to be negated by Arvata to pop the Doolittle. Negate Gamma. Now, Gamma could still be used again, but only if they activate a monster effect on our open fields, which will possibly happen because we just destroyed something to trigger. Now we could use Gamma again if we want to, but we're not going to. Why didn't we? We're just waiting. Okay, we know we have Gamma. We're just protecting our other plays here. Setting up with Wakashi. Wakashi. We're going to activate Griffin, come forth in special summon. Not going to negate, knowing that the Gamma will negate and destroy us. Very well done. All under Max C. Come forth Wakashi. Promethean Princess trigger, taking out the Arvata and the Wakashi being summoned onto the field alongside the Griffin Rider. We still have Apollo. We still have Imperm. We still have Garunix, which is going to pop the Benki on the field or the Griffin right now. Arvata reborn the Doolittle, which is not a big deal. As with the Garunix being resummoned from the graveyard, we're going to be popping from the deck our Kieran. Kieran's going to be reborn the Ponix, taking out the Benki scale. Now we're going to Rite of Eresmir, summon the token onto the field. With our Fateful Adventure, we're going to trigger it by normal summoning our Bike, grabbing the Draco back. We're now going to be searching our deck for a Water Enchantress, discarding the Draco back to equip it onto the token. And with this setup, we can negate anything, and we could spin a card in the field back to the hand. So what do? What are we spinning back? Draco back, spinning back the Apollo USA back in the extra deck, as we get rid of our negate by putting the Griffin into the graveyard to make a Croco Dragon. Royal Croco Dragon, holy moly. Imperm going to negate the effect of drawing 1 card. On the, oh, we're popping ourselves to dodge the Imperm. We're discarding 2 to draw 1. Okay. Dodge Imperm, Discard 2 to draw into 1 Ash Blossom. Not enough, unfortunately, as you take this into game number 2. Yusei doesn't do too well going second. Maybe Yusei can win and go first. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I have not looked at the new OCG cards. OCG had a stream last night, and they unveiled a ton of stuff, so that's very cool. Some things maybe we want to look at. Oops, I messed this up. River, 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 river. Mermail's Boomer Bait. That's bait for me. Yes, Mermail was a deck back in my day, definitely. Fire King and Mermail came out at the same time. So immediately, we had fire versus water. NF1226, thank you for the 47 months, got married last month. Going to be my first time away from my now 1-year-old for days. You've had lots of kids and grandkids here. Any advice? Thank you for the 47 months. I appreciate you. Start them on Yu-Gi-Oh! Young. Yes, 1 year old, that's good enough, right? Forward Far with the 11 months. Thank you for the great content as usual, and I'm really enjoying the extra content on YouTube. Hope you and G are having a good day. We're having a great one. Thank you. Chakoti with the 8 months. Thank you for being the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Streamer and an okay Yu-Gi tuber. I'll take that. Thank you for the 8 months. ZVM with the 36 months. 3 years, my friend. I've been trying for 35 months, but I can't quit you. You can't quit me or Yu-Gi-Oh! What? But I mean, it's this time next month will be the last month. DLM SIP, you're not going to quit. You just got in 36 months, 3 years, my friend. Let's keep on going. Herb Brody, thank you for the 8 months. One more. Vintage Alex for the 9 months. Finally got to play in the TCG. Oh boy. Your streams and game knowledge inspired me so much, my friend. Keep this up. You're so important for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Thank you. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for the 9 months officially having a child to me. Now let's get started with game number 2. Yusei going first with a grass looking green in the opening hand. 35 cards left in the opponent's deck with 51 in our own. We're going to be milling a ton of cards here, and there's no Ash Blossom to stop it, but Maxi to keep us in check. Now, if any deck could deck out someone, it would be Dark World and maybe Yusei Synchron. So we could possibly deck them out under that Maxi. Can we do it? Begin. Starting off with a Wanted Seeker, come to us, our Diablo Star. We're going to Rite of Air's Mirror. We want to set up the negate for protecting the grass looking green before we activate it. Also, we're going to get Max Seed right now, sure. Normal summon the Jet Synchron, trigger the Fateful Adventure, grabbing the Draco back, search our deck for the Griffin Rider, discard the Draco back, equip it onto the token. We can now special summon our Griffin Rider onto the field. We are still holding off on the Diablo Star and our grass looking green. We're going for a Junk Speeder. We want to ensure that we are going to be not milling one of our cards we want to summon from the deck. So we're going straight into that Junk Speeder play right here, right now. Summon from the deck as many Synchrons as possible. Summoning 4 from the deck before activating that grass looking green. Now, every special summon is reducing the size of the opposing player's graveyard, I should say deck, so that we can have a bigger grass looking green mill. Setting up with a Baron to floor to negate something like an Ash Blossom, which is not in their hand yet. They do have double Imperm though. We have Excel, Synchro, Stardust, reborning a level 2 or lower from the graveyard. Jet Synchron is back. Stardust Illumination, summoning from the deck a Stardust Synchron as we send it to the graveyard to come forth and summon our Diablo Star. Diablo Star triggering to set up into the back row our original Sinful. Further showconning into what the heck is this and why is it good to summon? If this card's Synchro summon, you could send an insect or plant monster from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of non-tuners used for its Synchro. And then you could target an insect or plant you control, treat it as a tuner until the end of this turn. What are we sending? What is this? Huh? We sent a Praying Mantis to the graveyard from the deck, so we're going to wait to see that become relevant, which it's happening right now. Banishing itself to summon a token. The Mantis will turn the token into a tuner to make a Croco Dragon draw 1. Okay, so level 8 Synchro into Croco Dragon. Grabbing a Triple Tactics Thrust, which you could set a card from our deck into our back row. Stardust Trail, reborn from the graveyard. 20 more special summons and we win. TG Hyper Librarian, we're now going to be drawing per Synchro Summon. We're going to Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, summon a Stardust Dragon, and then Synchro on the resolution of that, further going into a Crimson Dragon. So we have TG Hyper Librarian drawing 2 cards for that play, as the Crimson Dragon also targeting the Baron to floor, I'm thinking. No, it's actually triggering to search our deck. We're not even using the effect of Crimson Dragon and Synchro yet. Imperm onto the TG Hyper Librarian. We're going to Baron to Floor negate. Now we have another Imperm, but we can't Imperm alongside the Imperm. We have to have nothing in our back row to activate it. Do we have a Veiler? No Veiler. Veiler, no Veil. We have another Imperm after this. But we did eat up the Baron to Floor negate. As we get that draw to play, Pot of Greed. We waited too long on that Impermanence if we wanted to negate the Librarian from drawing 2. Synchro Rumble is going to reborn a tuner from the graveyard, randomly drawing into a Rite of Air's Mirror and the Motorbike. Crimson Dragon targeting the Crocodrak to make a Trushilla. Trushilla is going to banish a card from the hand and graveyard, as long as it's summoned on Chainlink 1. Imperm negating Bro, you have 22 cards in your hand, and you negated one of them randomly being banished? Really? Did you have to do that? I mean, we would lose a card in the graveyard too, but what card we're gonna lose? I don't think that Trushilla was that big of a deal, was it? Grabbing a Fairy Tale Snow randomly off the top of the deck, mill the top card of our deck to come forth and summon from the graveyard. Revolution Synchron. We are now activating Nibiru. Nibiru is here to tribute off the entire field as the Baron to Floor does not have her negate. We're screwed. Crocoddragon is now popping itself again. Okay, sure. Crocoddragon loves discarding to get popping. It's a good way to get the Fairy Tale Snow into the graveyard, at least. Nibiru giving us a whopping 11,000 attack token, milling cards off the top of the deck randomly. Now, we milled a card that we very much needed. As you can see here, Left Arm Offering and the Card Destruction. Card Destruction is how you beat Max C. The opponent has 22 cards in the hand, 14 cards in the deck. Is that a legal activation of Card Destruction? Yes, it is. You Card Destruction, they discard everything, they draw until they scoop. We are going to be banishing from the graveyard, Water Enchantress, grabbing a Rite of Air's Mirror from the grave back to our hand, Fairy Tale Snow. We're going to keep on special summoning. 14 more special summons are coming. Oh boy, Fairy Tale Snow flipping down that Nibiru token, Synchro Rumble, Reborn from the graveyard. We have 6 cards left in our extra deck. We have Kieran right here, right? Did we time out? Kieran was going to pop Kieran, which would then summon a Fire King to then pop a card in the field. Probably that's why we just surrendered. Damn. Max C keeping Synchron down. And if this were actually the Melcharmy instead, it pretty much would have been doing the same thing, right? Continually summoning from the extra deck. I think we did do some summons in the deck also. Wow. That's why we need Max C banned. Sync in Ristasin. Ristasin and Sync. Let's get to it. All right. I'm going to do a quick little IRL leak, and then we're going to be right back. You're not going to miss a thing. So let's get to it. Let's do it. And we have a really good leak today. A deck I've been playing a lot off stream and having a ton of fun with. All right. 10 seconds, people are back. Let's make sure we are good. What is going on here? We have Zhao Dun with the 7 months, my friend. Thank you. Vox Populi, thank you for the 7 months. Ziad Alibi, hello DK and G, I hope you're doing good. I'm wondering if there's any hope for Duel Links to come back. What do you think? There is definitely potentially some Duel Links in my future. And, you know, in a way, I want Konami to try to fight for not just me to come back, but for anyone who left Duel Links to come back. I want Konami to announce something big, a big thing of, we know you left Duel Links, and here's why you should come back, because crafting is here. Something like earn us coming back, please. I mean, people that enjoy Duel Links right now, that is good and that is great. I want to enjoy Duel Links. I want to love Duel. I just think there's too many obstacles getting in the way of trying to enjoy Duel Links. And if Konami can, you know, we don't have a new world this year, right? We would had a leak for a new world. We're out of worlds to release. The Go Rush world, I guess, was kind of last year, right? That was a world, and there's nothing left. So crafting, you have it in Macedol, bring it to Duel Links, please. Thank you, Ziad Alibi. HFS, hello. Thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. But still, even without that, I'll probably still be playing some Duel Links soon in the future, possibly. Coax, the 18 months, loving it. John PQ with the 3 months of fish. I'm out of the closet. You are the closet for me, that is. Hi, could you do a 1 hour of Madolche in the ladder, please? I love that deck. I should wait for the new Madolche support first, right? That just came out in the TCG. Yes. John PQ, thank you for 3 months. The new support's good. Officially out of the closet for me. We have the quick play tiramisu. Instead of on your own turn spinning cards back in the deck, you can do it on your opponent's turn. And then the trap is also, I forgot what it does. I think it spins a card back. I am Synclo. Let's go with the 24 months. 2 years ascended. Omega CXV. We have 2 more. Hey, DK, have you seen the new Memento card and the new Mermail support? If yes, do you think those will make an impact to make the decks more viable or not make any difference? I did not look at the new Mermail support, but because I do care about Memento, I've been playing it recently. You know, we made that video. I looked at the new Memento card and I don't understand how it could be good. It's level 5, so we can't, it's in our hand, right? We can't normal summon it. But if this card is summoned, you could activate the effect. Level 9 or higher Memento is going to attack directly. So the first effect is just garbage. I don't care about that. And it's level 5, and it's in my hand. If this card is destroyed by card effect, you could target, so like you need another card to enable this. Then you could target one other Memento card in the graveyard or banishment, add it to your hand. It's like maybe it's a one of, it just doesn't really excite me. And then if a Memento in your hand or face up is destroyed by battle card effect while this card's in the graveyard, it doesn't even say while in the hand. If a Memento is destroyed while this card could have been in the hand, special summon this card, I think there would have been something there, right? But the fact that this has to be in the graveyard through another effect, not through its own effect, another effect also has to pop it. It can't be normal summon because it's level freaking 5. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't know. You know, maybe it's a one of, but I'm leaning towards a none of. All right, let's get to it. Thank you, Omega CXV with the 4 months of fish. I'm in the closet for you. Jim 15, Nibiru in Duel Links, Keck W, 58 months. We laugh, but apparently Nibiru is going to be live in nearly every duel within Duel Links. Duel Links has been popping off. It's been going crazy. It's essentially modern Yu-Gi-Oh now. You think the new one's definitely a one of? There is a benefit that it's just another name to return back the deck for your big creation. That's something. That's probably like the biggest benefit. All right, Centurion is here versus Resonator. Begin. Assault Synchron is how I've been thinking. I potentially wanted to pick back up Centurion and play it. We have the Primaria being a Primera that is equipped into the back row special summoning activating to search our decks. We have not used up our normal summon yet. Trudea is going to be equipping the Emeth to then summon itself onto the field to now Shokan into an Auxilla. Auxilla, oh boy, we're getting set up for a big evenly match. That's what I'm thinking. We had the field spell plus the phalanx. So what did we accomplish here? We're going to be able to make a level 12 synchro during the opponent's turn. A way to negate that evenly match. Now, we have to do it within the main phase. We have a phalanx, which could target a monster card and banish it. So we have about double disruption. A negate and a banish. Whoops. Damn, that just happened, and it's too late. Yep, wow. Phalanx is not going to help. It's going to banish our Auxilla to come back during the next turn. It will trigger, because it will be a special summon as it's banished, then special summons. Yeah, we had to do that within the main phase. Now, that's the thing a lot of people are not thinking about, is if you don't have evenly match, you could always pretend that you have one. So it looks like Centurion is one of those decks where you should potentially pretend to have an evenly match. I think a lot of players would be firing off all their effects within the main phase, fearing that evenly match. Yet Rastasan did not, and they actually had it. We are going to be discarding with the Earthbound to search our deck. Soul Resonator, searching our deck for a Vision Resonator. The Bone Archfiend is going to be discarding itself to summon a Vision Resonator from our hand. Or is that what it did? It's special summoned? I don't even know. We're going to decrease the level to further Shokan into a Red Rising Dragon to reborn from the graveyard. Come forth our Crimson Resonator, which will summon 2 Resonators from the deck. Further Shokaning into a Scar Red Dragon Archfiend. Further Shokaning into a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend of the Abyss. This is all in main phase 2. This is a negate on the field. You have Synchron Resonator, which is going to be adding back to the hand our Vision Resonator. And the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend is going to be summoning a Red Dragon Archfiend from the extra. Sure. Special summoning the Vision Resonator, making our Dissipator. Dissipator will be able to negate a monster effect. Further Shokaning with the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend into what? Centurion Auxilia? Wait, it's Centurion Resonator versus Centurion? Huh? What the? Okay, we have Trudea into the back row, banishing the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend to add the Uva Loop back to our hand. Dissipator reborning the banished Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Oh my gosh, this looks just probably the better way to play Centurion, huh? Or the sackier way. We have Phalanx for a disruption, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend for a disruption. We have the Dissipator for a disruption. We're going to be able to level 12 Synchro during the opponent's turn for another disruption. We're going to be able to Phalanx banish a card. We have the Red Zone, which will be able to pop a card. And we have the Fiendish Golem, which is another banish. So about 7 disruption versus what was just 2 disruption. Let's go. Reborn back our Auxilla, which is going to be triggering our bonds, chainlink blocking from a negate. Now, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend could still negate it, but the Dissipator could not. Equipping the Emeth into the back row, grabbing a Trudea. Trudea is a full 1-card starter. We're going to be popping off with our Trudea, triggering our field spell to Synchro Shokan into our Crimson Dragon, which will likely be going into a Blazar, yes? No. We're targeting a level 9. What level 9 Synchro are we summoning with the Crimson Dragon? Better than a level 12 Blazar? Trishilla! Oh my gosh! Why is there so much Trishilla today? What is going on? Trishilla on summon, banish from the hand, field, and grave. Goodbye to Auxilla on the field, goodbye to Effect Veiler. I guess there was nothing to banish within the graveyard. Damn. Gargoyle send the Emeth to come forth and summon from the hand. And we have Fiendish Golem targeting that monster, banishing it. Goodbye, and we are now scooping it up. Evenly match. Damn. Now, had we have fired off our cards early, we would have been able to at least Blazar negate the evenly match, but that field still would have definitely happened. Wow. Let's hop into game number 2. Sync and Rastasan. Let's go, let's go. That's the thing about TCG. You are so much less likely to get evenly matched in game 1. So you don't really have to worry about it. But game 2 and 3, it's coming in. Again? Another evenly. So we're not going to imperm the Trudea. Come forth and special summon Primera. Primera is going to activate Grab in the Wake, stand up Centurion. We're holding imperm. Imperm for Auxilla. Discard Trudea, set up the Emeth. Emeth special summon from the back row. Further Shokan into our Auxilla. Auxilla activate to grab the Phalanx, which will be able to banish a monster. We're just going to hold on to Imperm. We don't care. And now if you preempt your Blazar, We're going to imperm it first and then evenly match your entire field. So notice how we're not doing this again. We cannot activate Primera unless the opponent says I end my main phase. You cannot enter the main phase of the opponent's main phase and then start activating your cards. They have to perform an action or tell you they're ending. So that's exactly what's happening. Hello, I'm going to battle phase again to evenly match you again, but we're not gonna fall for that again, so we're gonna Primera. Chain Max C. We're gonna Ash Blossom, negate that Max C, sure. Trudea is also going to be firing off, special summon for the back row, making our level 12 Blazar to negate that evenly match. A problem with Centurion is also it has to play within the main phase, so it's so easily telegraphed what they're doing. It plays right into a triple tactics talent, unfortunately. Emeth is going to push the Trudea back into the back row. Good way to recycle Trudea, keeping her into the back row instead of going to the grave, making our Crimson Dragon. Now, we have an opportunity to just let the evenly match happen if they were to not have the imperm and just have a Blazar on the field. We're going to Crimson Dragon, target the Auxilla, imperm, negating the Crimson Dragon. Phalanx is banishing the Crimson Dragon to come back next turn. Sure, okay, interesting. Now, it does not perform the Synchro Summon still. So we read this, you target the monster, return this to the action deck, and only if you do, well, it's no longer there to return back to the action deck, so we're not going to be synchroing into Blazar. And just like that, evenly match back to back. It's not even a 40-card deck, looking to be 50 cards. We keep on opening up evenly matched. We're going to start cooking in main phase 2 again. Foolish Burial, sending the loop from the deck to the grave. Resonator Call, grabbing the Vision Resonator. We're gonna, with the Bone Archfiend, discard. We're gonna be summoning the Bone Archfiend. Crimson Gaia is now in our hands. Send from the deck, decrease the level, make a Red Rising Dragon. Reborn from the grave, the Crimson Resonator, which will summon 2 Resonators from the deck. Further Shokaning into the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend, now making the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Triggering the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend and the Synchron Resonator and add back to the hand as we then also Shokan from the action deck a Red Dragon Archfiend. Summon from the hand, making a Dissipator. Further Shokan into an Auxilla. Damn, it's the same exact combo as the previous game. Write this down if you want to play this deck. Dissipator, reborning the banished Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. This makes me want to play the deck, definitely. Setting up into the back row, Trudea, equipping the Primera Summon, grab the Phalanx, which will be a banish. Crimson Gaia, search our deck for the red zone, and let's freaking go. Auxilla is triggering. Woo, damn. Auxilla was an optional activation, which we then are now disrupting your Crimson Dragon, which was supposed to come back. Now it's not coming back because we're returning it back in the extra deck. We just had to do nothing. We had to not activate Auxilla, so that was for free. Now, we still have 3 cards banished, so they're going to be able to negate another monster effect. We are going right into the Typhon Sky Crisis. So immediately, the Dissipator is not activatable. The Hot Red Dragon Archfiend is not activatable. The Auxilla would not be activatable, but we have back row cards to deal with it. And by summoning this, we cannot summon for the rest of the turn. No more summons, as it just simply gets banished before it even activates. It's not a trigger effect. It's not a quick effect to spin a monster back to the hand. So back row being one of the big ways to deal with the Typhon. It has happened. And just like that, Resonator, Centurion taking a 2-0 victory. Thank you to both players for bringing Centurion to the tournament. I'm loving it. Let's keep on going. Can you please explain again about Duel Links if it has any hope? I couldn't hear me. Oh, okay, so crafting. If they implement crafting into Duel Links, I think that'd be a huge announcement, essentially what we have in Master Duel. So if you're unfamiliar with Duel Links, you can't craft the cards. So let's say I want, this would be a real quick example. You want an Axe Raider, right? For fun. Well, you have to go into the Ultimate Rising and you have to spend possibly $100 to get this card. What? A 2016 card. You can't craft it. There's no way to craft it. And if you have 4 cards plus of a card, it doesn't help you get newer, better cards that are actually good. So if there were some way to do that, I would love that. So if I were to just have a wish list. I also don't like the box resetting. That might be controversial. Some people may like the box resetting. So how do you get screwed by a box reset? How box resetting works. It's so you'd have, let's say, 1 UR and 1 SR of a card in the box. You get it. Then you must reset the entire box to get additional copies. So if you then reset the box, then later you decide you want another card. Wants another. I have a new keyboard, so I'm not very good on typing this. Another card. If you later decide you want another card, you're screwed because you reset the box. Now you're going to pay super extra. So now you're super down bad. Okay, there's a new box chip mechanic. Okay, that's 2019 or before.
Open that to everything.
Yeah, okay, so apparently they agree with what I just said being ridiculous, so they did implement something to alleviate what I was just talking about, but it's still heavily restricted. So if I were to wanting to build any of these top tier decks, you have to go in deep into the box and spend a ton of freaking money, and you can't craft. I should be able to hop into the game with my $15,000 account. I should be able to disenchant decks that I'm no longer using and at least build one of these, right? Why not? Which would then translate into me probably just naturally spending money in the game because I'm playing the game. I think that if you focus on getting as many people as possible to play your game, naturally you're gonna make money. And you're just deterring people from wanting to play by it being so restrictive on building the decks you want. Now, they have also consciously made better decisions lately, like having all of a deck within one box, because when I played, a deck like Unchained, you'd have Aruha in an older box, and then you'd have Abomination in a newer box, and you'd have to now hard open those different boxes, 100 to 200 bucks per box to get the cards you need. So they're at least being smarter where they're trying to have an entire deck be within that one box. But if I wanted to build an Unchained deck right now, my $15,000 account, what's it gonna cost me? I would think 150 to 200 bucks, probably. And I'm not here trying to shite on Duel Links. I want Duel Links to succeed. And this may sound weird, but I have the most skin in the game in Duel Links still to this day, because I own duellinksmeta.com. So the better the game does, the more money I make through the website. So I want the game to do well. So I wouldn't want to make fun of the game and persuade people to quit the game, because more people playing, more money for me. Like that just helps. And I want a good game to play. I want to play Duel Links. I want to. If I were to log in right now, I have to level up a bunch of characters probably. Even just logging in, you get hit with like 20 different cutscenes, which is kind of freaking annoying. Konami, please disable all that nonsense. Just remove the friction. This should be the most fun way to play the game. What's popping off on YouTube? Everyone's role-playing the freaking anime characters on YouTube for their videos, their little duel series, the Proggy series. That should be done through Duel Links. If Duel Links were more accessible. Konami, come on, wake up. All right, let's go. Log in now. All right, let's hop into another match. We have Morisaki versus Jamer J. Let's do it. Duel Links isn't playable in Brazil? What? How is it not playable in Brazil? Many internet providers don't work. The matches always go down at the start of the game. Really? You could play, it's just pretty much not playable because of how bad the connection is. That is a problem. Okay, oh damn. You remember Decade what? Remember looking for glossy gear towns just for the skills? Yeah, but I think that Duel Links has been doing some good things to make the game more accessible today, much more so than it's been 2 years ago last time I played, but still more needs to be done. The optics is what matters the most, and right now the optics from someone who does not play Duel Links, they think the game's a scam. So if we could remove the thought of the game being a scam, and then I could shout from the rooftops on the top of the mountain to everyone saying, hey, the game is no longer a scam. You all should try the game out. And then maybe TCG and Master players would be like, okay, maybe I'll try the game out because the decks there are pretty cool. Cyber Dragon's cool. Sacred Beast, Unchained, Blue Eyes is a top tier deck. Shadow, Perform Mage, Borlink. I want to play as Revolver. Let's freaking go. So Konami, do it. Do something that makes me cheer for you and shout for everyone to play the game. That's what you need to do. All All right, all right. Let's get to it. Let's do it. You don't know I DM? You DM me? But yeah, please keep me up to date and from the chat and DMs anywhere on what's going on with Duel Links to make the game more accessible, like the box chip. So thank you for that. All right, let's set up in this duel. Let's begin. What do we have here? We have Incantation of Mono Awado. Is this a spirit deck? Spirits versus Labyrinth. Begin. All right, all right. Preparation of rights, come to me, Peacock. And by the way, I'm not saying Duel Links is a scam. From people that don't know better, the uninformed gamer that plays other Yu-Gi-Oh games thinks that Duel Links is a scam, and there's no way you can convince them otherwise. You're not gonna be able to convince them. So you have to keep the optics nice and simple. If you go, it's not a scam, you could craft whatever card you want, and there are games of crafting that are still very expensive. I think a game like Magic Arena, you could use the wild cards to pretty much get what you want, but the game is still crazy expensive. So just change the optics, help us with that with crafting, which you already have in Master Duel, and then people are not gonna be thinking that anymore. Preparation of rights, come to us. Stars align above the shrine. What the heck? Tributing a Mono Awado to make a Peacock. Huh? What does Peacock do? We're gonna add a ritual oh my gosh, a double add just got negated. Tribute this ritual summon card to add a spirit monster and a ritual spell, and then we just got ashed. Damn, that's a hard minus. Unfreaking believable. That's crazy. And we're just ending with 4 cards left that we have. Okay, end phase setting up a big welcome in the end phase. We have Lady Labyrinth come forth and summon within the end phase. Yeah, you know, if you're someone who plays Duel Links, believe me, I want the game to do well. I want it to do well. I'm not trashing the game. Again, I have a financial incentive for the game to do well. I want it to do well. I'm rooting for it, please. Chainlink, not only Chainlink blocking the Lady Labyrinth, but also negating the big welcome from summoning from the deck. Pot of Prosperity. I keep on, you know, going back to wanting to make sure that people don't think I'm shiting on the game, because I know there's a lot of people that watch me still that enjoy Duel Links a lot. And I don't want to be putting down those viewers. Setting up a regular welcome Labyrinth. Now with the big welcome in the graveyard, we're going to be able to spin any card on the field back to the hand. Come forth, summon the Sakitama. We are activating to ritual summon the Peacock again onto the field. We have to use the field with the field spell. Ritual summon, tributing a spirit monster on your field. Oh, that sucks. Usually a ritual summon can be hand or field. So by returning this back to the hand, we're screwed. Wow. Morisaki is not allowed to cook. I can't freaking believe this. And we're gonna summon a Lovely and set a trap and trigger the Lovely. We're gonna spin back Sakitama, nullifying your Ritual Fusion, Ritual Summon, and then we're gonna pop a card in the field or in the hand. Is popping the field spell afterward worth it? If a card is returned to your hand, you could activate. Wait, this is going to trigger the effect, right? No, a face-up wind monster has to be returned back to the hand to trigger. Now Lovely's going to trigger. Get poppin'. Holy Royal. No, it's a glossy Lovely. Oh my gosh. Welcome Labyrinth is setting into the back row. Chandelier adding back to the hand. And now let's get poppin'. What are we popping here? We are popping that field spell as Morisaki then unfortunately surrenders. Let's take this into game 2. Damn, these early rounds, just the meta decks are clapping. Damn. All right, let me knock out some notifications. I'll be right back. You're not gonna miss a thing. An exclamation mark Friday if you want to submit your ban or pay replay. So if you're within the early rounds and you didn't do well with your spicy deck, give us a spicy replay with your deck that we could watch this Friday for ban or pay. So BRB. Morisaki, exclamation mark Friday. Submit your good replays of the deck. All right, let me knock out some notifications. No hand trap tournament. King of Patterson, 16 months, having fun with Centurion, even built a spicy Sword Soul super heavy build with similar synchro gas. It only cost me $100 and faith in the RNG gods. Ubel is next. Happy 16th. Thank you for the 16 months, my friend. Smissassin, did they unlimit Silent Sword Slash and Duel Links Keg W? That was a crazy card. Silent Sword Slash? Silent Sword Slash. It's still semi-limited. Ain't no way. Thank you, Smith Assassin, 26 months. I do think Konami should consider at least a tryout duel event using the Duel Links ban list, where we have the semi-limit being across the board, where you can only play 2 cards among cards that are semi-limited. Maybe try something like that. Maybe people will like it. Thank you, Smith Assassin. Ayu Abdi Kadir, thank you for the 9 months, officially having a child to me. Decade, guess the card. I'm a monster that changes my grade. If there's no others, then it will fade. When I am surrounded, I'll upgrade. What the heck? I have no idea what the heck that is. Is that relevant? If you're the monster that changes your grade, if there's no other monsters, you die. When you're surrounded, you upgrade. What is that? I don't think anyone in the chat got it. What is that? Crash the Paramount, Rick Asunavalin, best deck, baby. Easy clap, thank you for the 19 months. Appreciate you. Calculator, the Riddler, Pikachu. FSZ Open, Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you for the 14 months. I'm still looking forward to the new Pokemon game that should be coming out soon, right? Poke Pocket release date? 2024. We have limited months left. What's going on? When could this come out? Could this come out within the fall? I'm excited for it. It might be really bad, but I'll try it out. Pokemon Pocket in 2020. This is Duel Links for Pokemon. Thank you, Smith Assassin, 26 months. Mayor of Frowntown, 3.5 years of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links MD content. You know I think of the 42 months. Knight with the 18 months. Thank you for the consistent, high-quality content. Smiley, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you. Cybers for the 2 months. Link with the 37 months. Thank you for the years of entertainment. You know it, Igalama Zababa. What game is this? It looks fun. 38 months. Thank you, Igalama Zababa. Wab and Huss, thank you for the 28 months again, my friend. Thank you. Ominous for the free prime. And last one, Evan Tiger. The new support makes Battle Wasp very meta with the 10 months. Maybe if we have time, I should look at that, yeah? I saw a Reddit thread about it, but I never know if it's a meme or if people are serious. All right, let's do it. Begin. Pre-preparation of rights, a double search into a droll in Lockbird, but we do have Call by the Grave. Oh, so even with Call by, we didn't have a play? Shinobird pre-prep, and you have no play after that? Really? Or just holding on purpose? We'd rather finger the lovely, probably. Maybe that's what we're doing. Negate the Welcome Labyrinth mates. Sure. So it's not looking too good for Labyrinth. I would like to see Shino start cooking. Triple Tactics Talent, where the Shavara has to activate in the main phase, but we're passing again? The problem is we don't have a spirit monster to ritual summon with, I guess. Negate the big welcome. Okay, for how long can we be sitting here? Still, Labyrinth does not really have plays. We're gonna pop the Imperm just to start beating down with 2,000 attack vanilla. Wait, we're gonna spin it back to the hand after poking for a 2K? Well, it does trigger the Welcome Labyrinth and the Chandelier. That was very smart of them. Very good. We're gonna Call by the Grave, finger the Chandelier, so it does not add back to the hand to then discard to set up a big welcome from the deck. But the regular Welcome Labyrinth is ready to be used. Now, with that regular welcome, we could start popping off with Our Lady or Lovely or even Ariana to be setting that up. We finally have something, right? Okay, Incantation, reveal a ritual monster to summon itself from the hand, summoning another incantation from the deck, searching for a ritual spell. Activating the Shinobird Calling to ritual Shokan into the Shino Baron Peacock. What it do? What it do? This card could return 3 monsters your opponent controls to the hand, then special summon a spirit from your hand, so that's useless. During the end phase, if this card was special summoned this turn, return it to the hand. What? It's already gone? Oh my gosh. Poke for 3K, then summon 2 tokens in the end phase. We have Welcome Labyrinth into the Ariana, Imperm, negate that Ariana, and we're gonna use the Daruma Cannon to dodge the impermanence, flipping our Ariana face down. This is in the end phase, so the Shavara could not activate to pop the Ariana to dodge all that, which we maybe should have considered within the main phase to maybe summon the Ariana to use Shavara to get dodging. Jabaro triggering, setting up into the back row, Escape of the Unchained. We need an escape monster, I should say an Unchained monster to pop a card in the field. Completely open field, big welcome Labyrinth, summon from the hand, deck, or grave. Lovely Labyrinth, returning back to Ariana. Triggering to pop a card in the hand. Stovey Torby is going to be summoning itself onto the field. Goodbye to the incantation Inception. As we activate Lovely to set up Daruma back into the back row. Ariana grabbing the lady from the hand, summoning itself into defense. Shokan into Chaos Angel. As we're now at a perfect 8,000 damage per game. Damn. Perfect game with the Torby, Lady Ariana, and Lovely. Unfortunately, Spirit was not able to cook, but hopefully we'll have some better replays in the future, maybe for a banner pay. Yes, Morsaki, enter banner pay. Well, perfect AK lethal on AK life points is what I mean to say. So, you know, open fields, and, well, even if there's a monster on the field, the Chaos Angel could banish, and you have that perfect 8,000 with Labyrinth, which you normally don't think of the deck as being able to lethal. All right, let's go, let's go. We have Basala versus Sync. Let's go. Yubel versus Resonator Centurion. I'm excited for this. Are you ready? Top tier versus not top tier, but we're all rooting for the Resonator. This is Earthbound Resonator Centurion. Someone rooting for Yubel in the chat? Are you out of your damn mind? Let's go, setting up the Nightmare Throne. We're not going to Ash it as it grabs a D-Lotus. D-Lotus is going to get Ash Blossom here. Big Ash negates, as we didn't have a way to set up our Phantom of Yubel to negate the Ash. We do have Nightmare Pain anyway to pop Yubel from the hand. Grabbing a Grave Scormer from the deck, triggering Yubel to summon a Terra Incarnate from the deck. Come forth and summon our Grave Scormer. Scormer's going to pop the Terra Incarnate. What? No one triggers the Terra Incarnate because that means you play a Yubel Ultimate Nightmare. What the heck are you doing? Nightmare Throne also triggering to summon a Spirit of Yubel into the field. There you go, grabs the hand and summons itself onto the field. And then Ultimate Nightmare is actually being played here. Spirit of Yubel searching for an Eternal Favorite, which could fuse with the opponent's entire field if we have a regular Yubel on the field. Now making our Cross Sheep. With the Cross Sheep, we're going to return Engrave back in the deck to summon our Phantom of Yubel to trigger the Cross Sheep to reborn the D-Lotus. Further Shokaning into a Lord of Yama. Should Yama should it be requiring an Unchained to make it? I guess you would not be able to then use Tour Guide. It would nerf Unchained itself too much if you were to make that requirement. We have Soul of Rage. Yama maybe should have been a Link 1 on one Unchained monster. Probably. We have Spirit of Yubel, triggering to summon a Yubel from the deck. Further Shokaning with the Shabara, which is locking us into Fiend monsters only, into a Muckraker, which we cannot link summon with the turn it's summoned. So it's there to stay. It's there for good. Huh? Interesting field. If one of our cards would be destroyed, the Muckraker can tribute a Fiend monster instead. We have the Soul of Rage, which could link off with a monster, make a Little Knight, and then banish another card in addition to that. We have Escape of the Unchained, pop a card in the field. We have Phantom of Yubel, negate a card, summon a Yubel into the field to then fuse with the Eternal Nightmare, Eternal Favorite that is. We have Ash, we have Valor. We have about 8 disruptions. Let's go. Earthbound Prisoner, Sweeper, searching for our Soul Resonator. What do I think about Naturia Centurion? I have not seen anyone play that. I'd like to, though. Escape of the Unchained, activate, dropping us down to 7 disruption. Trigger the Yama to reborn from the grave. Now, Stand Up Centurion can be activated more than once in a turn. It's only the effect of Stand Up Centurion, which is a hard once per turn. And did we pop it on the activation of the effect? No, we popped it on the activation of the card. We should have waited for the effect. We are now going for a draw 2, which tells your opponent, hey, I'm desperate. I don't even want to take control of one of your monsters. Taking control of the Soul of Rage would get rid of 3 disruptions, which we didn't even choose to do. We have the Crimson Resonator summoning itself onto the field. Soul Resonator activating as the Soul of Rage is going to link off of the Crimson Resonator to now make a Little Knight to then banish the Soul Resonator off of the field as the Soul Resonator is attempting to add from the deck here. Come to us, Bone Archfiend. Now, Bone Archfiend is not going to be making any good plays if we don't have that Resonator on the field. We have Phantom of Yubel negating the Bone Archfiend, attempting to, so you could send one of the card from your hands to the field of the graveyard, special summon this card. Okay, that is going to be negated. Yubel triggering to summon a Terra Incarnate from the deck. And just like that, through 8 disruptions, Centurion Resonator, reasonably, understandably, was not able to break that field. Now, Centurion Resonator is going first. Would Jack Atlas switch his deck to Centurion with Resonator? Is this canon? Sad, sad. Yeah, you gotta draw evenly. Restart the 61 months. If you really like evenly, you could play triple evenly and triple thrust. You could thrust the evenly into your hand. All right. Restart. The company I'm working with tested the antivirus software CrowdStrike that broke the internet globally, and my weekend was so close to being ruined. Count your blessing, people, at Decade. Restart. Think of the 61 months. That is wild. I heard that Southwest Airlines is still using Windows 1992. So they were completely unaffected because Windows keeps on telling them every year, please upgrade your Windows. They're using Windows 3.1. So they were fine. They were the only place still flying planes, apparently. Thank you for the 4 months. Love from Italy. Love right back at you. Thank you for the 4 months of Fish. I'm in the closet for you. I hate the Xyz Cup, says Cypher with the 20 months. I'm interested in how the Xyz Cup is going to fully pan out, the overall reception to it, because while it looks like mostly people are hating on it, the more important thing from Konami is there higher player retention? Are people spending more money? Are they actually whipping out their gems to build a good deck? Because by putting that competitive pressure on people, it's getting people to want to actually build a good deck for the event. Where a festival, people are probably just using the loner decks to get the gems if they don't have a good deck, and they don't really care to build a deck for the event. They want to make events worth spending money on. And just from what I've been hearing, reading a little bit on Reddit, I am seeing some extra people getting interested in decks like Purely. They're like, I need some Purely combos. I need a good Purely deck list. And that tells me that Konami's getting exactly what they want from the event if there's enough people that are wanting to build what they perceive to be the best deck for that event. And Purely's a very good deck. Darth Satori, thank you for 39 months. Good afternoon, Mr. Undercover Konami employee. Quick questions. Where the hail is my aroma support in MD, Sag? Believe me, I'll be playing it when it comes out. Begin. You could say you hate the event, but is there anyone in the chat who hates the Xyz Cup but has spent gems on the Xyz Cup? Because then I don't think Konami cares if you hate the event. Soul Resonator negate. Mate, I don't think so. God. Crimson Gaia searching our deck for the Fiendish Golem. And just like that, what are our disruptions? The Phalanx is activatable even if we don't have a Centurion. Really? Target a face-up monster, banish it. Yup. Okay, so we have Banish and Banish. Double Banish. Let's go. Banish the D-Lotus before it activates. Be gone. Now we have the Nightmare Throne. Pop in a Spirit of Yubel to summon a Yubel onto the fields. To battle we go. Okay, giving a love tap to the Soul Resonator. As we then main phase 2 Phantom of Yubel. Now back to you. Sure. Now, this is a double disruption. We're going to be able to essentially negate a monster effect, get a Yubel into the field, and then fuse with the entire field. Plus Maxi. The D-Lotus is another form of disruption. If you activate a monster effect, you can turn the effect into the opponent destroys a Yubel you control. Now, if you activate it while you have a Phantom of Yubel, they destroy your Phantom of Yubel. So you have to Phantom of Yubel first, then D-Lotus. But if you D-Lotus afterward, you get rid of your Yubel. Thus, your Eternal Favorite is not going to work. So there is a confliction with the D-Lotus and your other 2 disruptions, but it's still 3. Let's see. And we don't have the Nightmare Paint. Ooh, goodbye to Phantom of Yubel. I guess the Nightmare Throne will at least trigger, though. Sure. So we lose Phantom Yubel. Nightmare Throne triggers. Are we getting a regular Yubel in the field to make the Eternal favorite be activatable? Chain Max C to Max C, sure. So that would force them, if they have a Call by the Grave, to then finger themselves. Add Yubel, summon Yubel. So we're ready with the Eternal favorite to fuse with that entire field. But the entire field of trash, so we're not gonna even do that. We're gonna use Eternal favorite to be... What? We activated the effect of Eternal favorite to, okay, sure. We're going to Nightmare Throne, grab a Terror Incarnate. Let's get to it. We just flipped it up. That's all we did. We didn't actually use Diffuse. You have to discard Diffuse. We're going to summon our Yubel from the graveyard. Now, the other effect of the Eternal favorite is not going to be activatable, so we're not going to be able to fuse the field. We do have a Monster Negate plus the Ash Blossom mate. Ash Blossom. Negate the Crimson Gaia from searching your deck. I don't think so. Add a Red Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. We still have Phantom of Yubel with no Nightmare Pain. We're not forced to attack into them. Phantom of Yubel, negate. Now, Eternal favorite summoning Yubel, I don't think it was a good idea because Phantom of Yubel summons Yubel by popping Spirit of Yubel. Then you could use the Eternal favorite to fuse with your Yubel, which we now can't do. Oh, we're flipping it down? What the heck? Crimson Gaia, sure. What's going on here? We're just making funny plays, sure. All right, Nightmare Pain off the top of the deck. Now, Eternal favorite makes the Spirit of Yubel not activate, but you can make it miss the timing. How you would do so is you could activate Nightmare Pain, just the activation from the hand, then chain Eternal favorite, reborn the Spirit of Yubel. The Eternal favorite now misses the timing, which is a good thing. And then the Spirit of Yubel will trigger to search our deck for another card, if we had one that we want to search. Otherwise, it does not get to activate because you can't respond to its summon. We're going to be popping the Yubel, grabbing a D-Lotus, trigger Yubel, trigger the Nightmare Throne. This is usually a confliction. Okay, we're recycling the Phantom of Yubel back in the extra deck as we did not have two monsters summon onto the field. Very good. D-Lotus into a Spirit of Yubel, which will be activated to grab from our deck a second copy of our Nightmare Pain. Return from the graveyard back to come forth into a Phantom of Yubel. Now we are about to reflect 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000 damage we have here. So we're gonna activate Fiendish Golem. Target a monster on the field with 2,000 or more attack and banish it. We're gonna wanna banish our own card. Yup. Now we still have 18, 18, 18, 18, which is not enough for lethal damage. Almost. Dropping them down to 800 life. Evenly matched, banishing until both fields are even, okay? Terror Incarnate wiping out all other monsters within the end phase. The Eternal favorite's no good. The Terror Incarnate is also not so good. We pretty much have no disruption here. Soul of Resonator grabbing a Synchron Resonator. We have the Bone Archfiend activating to come forth and summon from the grave. We're going to be reducing its level to 3 to now be making our Red Rising Dragon. Come forth. The Red Rising Dragon is reborning our Crimson Resonator. I'll explain the Eternal favorite, missed the timing, ruling to you in a second, my friend. We're now going to make a Red Dragon Archfiend. With the Crimson Gaia, it will be wiping the Terror Incarnate off the fields. We're going to now be making a Dissipator. Dissipator is going to be reborning a banished monster back onto the field. Special summoning our Synchron Resonator into our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend can negate the Terror Incarnate from being indestroyable by battle. Synchron Resonator returning the Soul Resonator in the graveyard back to the hand. Scar Red Dragon Archfiend is summoning a Red Dragon Archfiend from the extra deck. And doesn't it also pop cards in the field? Then, if this card was sent to the graveyard for a Synchro material for a Dark Synchro, you could destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. But if we do that, that will trigger the Nightmare Throne, which maybe we don't want to do. We did it. Crimson Gaia is now triggering, so is the Terror Incarnate and the Nightmare Throne. So one Yubel is now two Yubels, but the Red Dragon Archfiend will negate it, so it's still going to be one other Yubel. But it's going to be the ultimate Nightmare, which most people don't play. I'm thinking of playing for, fun, but it looks like it's more than fun. It might actually be competitive. Into an Auxilla. At the end of the damage step, this card is attacked, inflict damage to your opponent's monster, also destroy that monster. So it is very similar to the Yubel Fusion. Instead of banishing, it destroys. Can't be destroyed by battle, you take no damage, just like the other Yubels. but we're not forced to attack into it because we didn't replay our second copy of the Nightmare Pain. So we're just going to end our turn. Now, the Red Dragon Archfiend is going to destroy every monster that did not declare an attack, but the Soul Resonator will protect our monsters from being destroyed. Let's go. 800 life. When you're playing against a deck that very easily reflects battle damage onto you. Okay, summon a level 8 token, Shokan, into Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon, gonna go into a level 9 Trushilla is here. Trushilla will trigger the field spell to summon a Yubel into the field if we get rid of the Ultimate Nightmare on field. Goodbye to the Ultimate Nightmare, goodbye to Terra Incarnate, goodbye randomly to the Nightmare Pain. Now, what do you do if your Nightmare Pains are banished? Well, you're screwed. If you have another Nightmare Pain, let's say it's in the graveyard, the Spirit Gates. So Nightmare Throne could actually add a Nightmare Pain in the graveyard back to the hand by searching for the Dark Beckoning Beast, which will search for the Spirit Gates, which will add the Nightmare Pain in the graveyard back to the hand if you have a level 10 on the field. But we don't have that play. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, negate the field spell. Oh boy. Play another field spell. We were only negated on the effect of summoning a monster off of our monster leaving the field through a card effect. Daruma flipping the whole field face down for that Samsara D-Lotus. Ain't no way. And just like that, Resonator Centurion taking a game 2 victory. Very well done. So the question of the card that, with the miss in the timing. Why is it not a related card, Konami? Hello? Related to... Is it related to Nightmare Throne? Wow, Konami has given up on that feature, so we'll just use our website. That's fine. All right, so eternal favorite on missing the timing. So this states neither player could activate cards or effects when that monster is special summoned. So when that monster special summon has to be the last thing to happen in order for neither player to be able to activate cards in response to the summon. And if this effect did not miss the timing, what you'd be able to do is, let's say your opponent D-Lotuses summons a Spirit of Yubel, you'd be able to chain the Eternal Favorite and make cards not be able to activate in response to your summon. So you'd be able to chain summon to an effect that's resulting in a trigger effect, and then their trigger effect doesn't work. So Konami purposely, I don't even know why this is even on the card to begin with. Honestly, it should not even be there, but it is there, and it is a bit confusing. You have to, on Chain Link 1, be able to summon your monster, then you can't respond to it, but that's not good for your own Spirit of Yubel, right? So it almost seems like it's a purposeful downside so that you can't just trigger your Spirit of Yubel whenever you want, but in us doing that to make it so you can't activate Spirit of Yubel off of this whenever you want, you still can if you summon the Spirit of Yubel on Chain Link 2, okay? So Chain Link 2 to any of your own card effects or your opponent's card effects, summon the Spirit of Yubel, and because it's summoned on Chain Link 2 or higher, it's not the last thing that happened, thus this effect doesn't work. So your own Spirit of Yubel will be able to respond to its own summon, where otherwise it would not be able to if you do it on Chain Link 1. Does that make sense? All right. Let's go, let's go. Lawyer game. Sink and Basala. Sink and Basala. Where are you at? What happened to their third game, Gia? What the heck? Sink just won, and that's it? Okay. Basala, I guess, timed out, or there was a time limit victor. I don't know what the heck happened. They had to leave the tournament, I think. But Basala, after losing once to Centurion Resonator, is out. But Sink still has another opportunity to get into the top 16. Are you ready? This is it. We have to now face another Yubel deck, stopping us from getting into the top 16. It says top 64, but it's actually top 32. I don't have the graphic for that. I'll put it back up one day. So this is it. We have to get top 16 by winning this match. We have Resonator Centurion versus Yubel. Begin. Going second. Oh, set Imperm pass. That's good. We do have to deal with Imperm and Gamma plus a Max C. Resonator Call. Call from our deck. Our Vision Resonator. Soul Resonator activating. We're going to chain Max Seed, not our Gamma. Maybe we're saving Gamma for an Ash Blossom if it were to be negating our Max C. It didn't, so now we could Gamma something else. Stand up Centurion. Equip into the back row our Trudea. Vision Resonator searching for a Crimson Gaia. Crimson Gaia, activate a search our deck for a Red Dragon Archfiend card, Fiendish Golem, which will be able to banish a monster. Wow, we're not making any big plays because we're under Max C, so that's why. Spirit of Yubel turning off the Gamma. And this is something you have to fear if you're playing against Yubel and they bricked. They might have a Spirit of Yubel in the hand, thus attacking for no reason, which is exactly what we're doing. You just set them up big time. They now have Nightmare Throne, Nightmare Pain that is. They have the Spirit of Yubel. Don't attack for no reason against Yubel on an open field unless you're threatening lethal. Wow, that was really unfortunate. An actual battle hand trap being relevant. Popping the Spirit of Yubel, grabbing the Grave Scormer, triggering the Spirit of Yubel. You have to remember, wait, well, we don't know that they have a Gamma, so we're just not gonna be able to use that Gamma, especially summon the Scormer, pop Yubel, summon a Terror Incarnate. For the Shokan, linking it off into a Lord of Yama. Lord of Yama is going to be searching our deck. Fiendish Golem is not a negate, but it will banish it until the end phase of the next turn. Grabbing a Shavara. Shavara could pop Imperm if it wanted to, but it's going to be much better popping what the Grave Scormer Reborns, which will be our Spirit of Yubel. Spirit of Yubel, searching our deck for a second copy of the Nightmare Pain. Return from the graveyard back in the deck to summon our Phantom of Yubel for a monster negate. Pop the Spirit of Yubel, trigger Spirit of Yubel with the Shavara effect. Summoning from the deck a Yubel, reflecting 1,000 damage, but on that Spirit of Yubel, the regular Yubel that is, we're going to Daruma Cannon, flip the whole field face down, as the Imperm instead negates Daruma Cannon. You're not flipping us face down. I don't think so. You will take the damage. Sure. Main phase 2, making a Soul of Rage, setting up into the back row from the deck, our Escape of the Unchained. We have a ton of disruption here. Trudea within the end of the main phase, summoning herself onto the field. It's a hard once return of summoning herself from the back row, so getting it out of the way on the opponent's turn is good. Trudea is now activating to equip a card from the deck into our back row as the Phantom of Yubel essentially negates it. Instead, popping a Spirit of Yubel to summon a Yubel from the deck or the graveyard. Come forth. As we then use the Crimson Gaia searching for a Soul Resonator. Now, we could have potentially chose to not summon the Yubel if we wanted to have a greater chance of activating the Gamma, but we do have the Soul of Rage also blocking us from using the Gamma, and the Yubel does have synergy with the Nightmare Pain, which not only reflects damage once, but does it twice, so it's a double reflect. So if we are at 2750 attack on the field, 2750, that's lethal damage if we have to attack into the Yubel for game. So this is 3,000 damage reflected at the moment, and we do have to attack. So this would be game if we were to try to end our main phase. We're going to Soul of Rage, link off with the Bone Archfiend, trigger the Little Knight, banishing Trudea off the field. To battle we go, reflect 1,000 damage, 500, 500, and then scoops it up. That's just game 1, okay? That's fine. We'll take it into game 2. We have another opportunity for Resonator Centurion to make it to the top 16. All right. All right. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Basala Boss, don't leak, please. Think of it 2 months. Okay, we'll hold off for a bit. Thank you. Two Shade. 80K, can I have a refund? I forgot to cancel my sub. Also, we need VFD unbanned. Ain't no way. Thank you for the 11 months. As we hop into this match, I'm going to be doing a quick IRL leak. BRB, let's go. All right, all right. All right. Yeah, Playmaker, we're going to be looking at the grand finale and all that good stuff, yes? All right. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Centurion attempting to break out into the top 16. Can we freaking do it against Yubel? Now Yubel having Gamma plus the Nibiru. Oh my gosh, and a Max freaking C. Let's go. Max C keeping rogue decks down, huh? We're gonna grab a Soul Resonator. Soul Resonator activate to search our deck. Gamma is going to straight up negate. Now, I believe in game 1 we chained Max C to the Soul Resonator last time, so we're changing things up a little bit. Wipe out that Soul Resonator, follow up with a triple tactics talent mate, take a gander at that hand, return back the Nightmare Throne, as Yubel has no play now for the next turn. Ash is going to negate the Resonator Call, which we know exactly what's in their hand. We know what to expect here. We already used up our normal summon, so the Primera, unfortunately, will not be turning into a play. All we have is Imperm. Imperm onto a D-Lotus will be good. Ooh, they don't have anything. Imperm against Imperm, sure. Off the top of the deck, we have our Vision Resonator, but we're going off with Primera. Not going to Imperm Primera as we search for a stand-up Centurion. Stand up, discard Vision Resonator, set up the Trudea, trigger the Vision to grab a Crimson Gaia. Damn, that Imperm, I think we really had to use it. We're going to chain to the Trudea, special summoning from the back row, chaining our Max C. We're on summon number 2, but we know there's a Nibiru in the hand. We saw it. It's not a surprise. So we're going to Shokan into an Auxilla. Auxilla is going to be searching our deck likely for a Phalanx and just, no, a Wake Up Centurion instead? What the heck are we doing? Crimson Gaia grabbing a red zone. Where's your Phalanx? Wouldn't okay, so this is going to be so that we could synchro during the opponent's turn. This makes sense, sure. Make a level 12. Yep, that's fine. Dark Beckoning Beast. We're going to chain the Primera. We have to activate Wake Up Centurion while Primera is in the back row. Come forth and summon. This will give us our Blazar. Or it could be argued that it's better to instead summon a Supernova Dragon to banish the entire field in response to a monster effect. Wake Up Centurion, Chainlink Block, and the Primera from an Ash Blossom, not that there is one, as we then make our Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon into the Imperm, but we could Imperm the Imperm. This is the, you have to really think if you should set your Imperm into someone else's Imperm column because they could Imperm your Imperm now, and that's what's going to happen. Imperm the Imperm. Jeez. Oh, my Jesus. And we're the ones that put our Imperm there. All right. The Crimson Dragon's going to go through. Shokan into, as I said, the red Supernova Dragon. We're waiting for a monster effect activation to then banish their entire field. Now, there has to be a field worthy of banishing to even want to use it. I'm going to grab a Dark Beckoning with the Spirit Gates, discard D-Lotus, Reborn D-Lotus, D-Lotus sent to the graveyard to summon from the deck. A Spirit of Yubel. Do we banish the field here? Nope, we're waiting. Okay, we're not doing it yet. Nightmare Pain, pop the Spirit of Yubel, grab a Grave Squirmer, trigger Spirit of Yubel. Now we're doing it to get rid of the Nightmare Pain. So the Yubel will be summoned afterward. Goodbye to the Supernova, come forth from the deck, regular Yubel, Grave Squirmer, special summon. Should we have waited for the Grave Squirmer activation in the hand to at least banish the Yubel in the field, possibly? Or were we afraid that they would not activate the Grave Squirmer? Now making a Cross Sheep. The fear also is that they're going to be summoning a Phantom of Yubel to stop our Supernova Dragon, so we had limited time to do so. Summon the Phantom of Yubel, trigger the Cross Sheep, reborn the D-Lotus from the graveyard, further Shokan into our Chaos freaking Angel. Some mad lads are playing the Chaos Angel. On summon, banish any card on the field. We're going to use Red Zone to reborn the Supernova Dragon. Now, guess what? It's activatable again. And if we look at the Chaos Angel, it's grayed out. It was not used with a light monster, so it's not unaffected from being banished by the Supernova Dragon. It's back, and it will be used. Well, now it's going to be negated by the Phantom of Yubel, unfortunately, as we now make a Muckraker. Muckraker, discard a card, reborn the Chaos Angel, which will trigger again. So not only is the Supernova Dragon activating again, we are also going to add a Nibiru on top of this. What the heck is going on? You summoned 5 times on my turn, tributing off the entire field as the Chaos Angel's still about to be reborn from the grave. Come forth, reborn. On summon, banishing that 6,000 defense token, 8,000 attack. Spirit of Yubel triggering to summon a Yubel into the field, but we don't have a Phantom Pain to reflect that 6,000 damage token back onto them. Reborning from the graveyard with the effect of the Grave Squirmer, as we then make a Lord of Yama. Lord of Yama, activate, grab from our deck a Shavara Squirmer. It has already used up its effect, and we are scooping it up. We're this close to getting to the top 16 with our Centurion Resonator. We're now going to be going into the top 16. And G, I'm going to do the thing. Yep. Can you send it, resend it, copy it, send it. All right, let's get to it. Let's do it. The Xyz Cup gave me a chance to play my Purely deck that I crafted a long time ago, but I never played it before, so I'm all for this concept. Yeah, I think the people that are enjoying the Xyz Cup are being quiet about it. And the people that are not happy are quite vocal. And boy, are they vocal. A lot of people are hating it. Fader with the 5 gifted subs. I am loving it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For anyone that just wants to get gems, they're going to hate the event, which just so happens to probably be the majority of players. Thank you, Fader, for that 5 gifted. Musan Sama, thank you for the free Prime sub. Let's hop into the top 16. Damn. Sad ending for Centurion Resonator. Melfi best Xyz deck. All right, all right. I'm a stupid whale, so I don't care about gems. Because I'm just gonna blow a stupid amount of money on whatever cards I need. So the Xyz festivals, any festivals, I stopped caring about them. I did not want to play in them at all because it felt like just a fake format. It's, you know, they build this custom ban list, they ban Maxi, you know, it's a good thing for a lot of you. They're saying that's good, and they're just hard banning all these things. But to me, it makes me think that they're not putting that much thought into a custom ban list for such a limited time event that's just for getting gems and maybe having some fun. So I'm not interested in that. But the Xyz Cup, where it's an attempt to make the festivals more competitive with a less restrictive ban list, where we're playing decks at pretty much its full power, that's more interesting to me because I'm not trying to get gems. For the competitive spirit, I think it's good for that. But overall, it's probably a bad thing. So, you know, I'm on your side where you're saying you don't like it. I fully understand that, and I'm with you on that. But what you want is what I'm not really interested in either. Maybe it's Destiny versus Shadow. Let's do it. The fact that I copy-pasted a top Purely deck from the website into the event, and I didn't have to change anything besides take a few link monsters out, that's crazy. We're playing these decks at full freaking power. But again, it's probably they just want to make money, that's all. Oh my gosh, we have Tearlament versus Dragon Maid branded Dragon Link. Huh? 60 card Dragon Link branded? Now, I have something to show you. You heard of this website. Pause this music real quick. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Has anyone used this after I've been recommending it? You could search up any show or movie on Netflix, and then you get to just watch it. How do you watch whatever you want on Netflix? Let me tell you. Huge shout out to Surfshark VPN, !VPN to get 4 months for free using the code DECADE. One subscription allows you to install and run Surfshark VPN on an unlimited number of devices at the same time. 30-day money-back guarantee gives plenty users of time to try out Surfshark risk-free. Surfshark has enough servers for online gaming, no bandwidth limitations, and unlimited device compatibility. And if you're in a country where a game, a show, or a movie is censored or unavailable, connect to a Surfshark VPN server where the game is unrestricted, and access the game's original version through a digital storefront or online platform. So I use this website, unogs.com. Not during the sponsor. And if I click on any of these, it will tell us you click on Surfshark and it says what to set it to be available on Netflix. So Gun X Sword, you'd set your Surfshark to Japan, and you now get to watch this on Netflix using Surfshark. So thank you very much, Surfshark. I use it all the time. I'm loving it. Let's go. All right. All right. I'm a whale. No need for these wacky sponsors. The sponsors are why I'm a whale. All right, let's hop back into the duels. Where'd my window go? Okay, we good. Are you ready? Oh, top 64. YouTube will keep you around for a duel or two. Then we're going to have to switch you on over to Twitch, where we're going to have a great stream today where the rest of the tournament's going to be playing, and we're going to have some great August pack leaks. Get ready. Triple Z stream when? We did some recently. Maybe we'll have another. YouTube, welcome to the top 16 of the Meta Weekly every single week. We are starting this off with Tearlament versus Dragon Link branded Dragon Maid. Ain't no way. By watching as long as you can, that greatly supports these videos, even if you have us on in the background. Thank you very much. And with that said, Hajime. All right, all right. Tearlament, Dragon Link branded. Begin. 49 to 55 cards. We have grass. Our deck's smaller than their deck, so we can't use grass. We have no play here. Havnis is not a play. Fairytale Snow is not a play. We need the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation in the graveyard, so we literally just end our turn, now hoping for the opponent to activate a monster effect on the field, which could be chain link blocked. The Havnis has to be the direct chain link to a monster effect on the field. So let's go. So for example, the Black Metal Dragon will chain link block the Havnis. By summoning Striker Dragon, you put Striker Dragon on Chainlink 1, which we did not do. So if you switch these Chainlink orders up, the Havnis would not be activatable. And you also want to Chainlink block your monster on the field to play around another deck, Rescue Ace. So Rescue Ace Tearlament on an open field is how you want to be Chainlink blocking your on-field monsters. But we still did not chain Havnis. Interesting. We're waiting with the Havnis. We wait. What are we waiting for? Banishing for a Red Eyes Darkness Metal, triggering the Nocta Vision to summon itself on. I don't think it triggers, it just summons onto the field, right? Oh, it does trigger. It summons itself onto the field, and when sent to the grave, it will active. There's a strategy where you don't want your opponent to know what you're playing. And maybe that's the strategy we chose to do. Instead of chaining Havnis for a minuscule play that likely would not have ended up into anything meaningful, the opponent did have a call by the grave. We could go into game 2, and they're still not going to know what we're playing. Now, Magic the Gathering, and I think in Hearthstone also, not only does your opponent know what your deck's playing, they also have access to your deck list. And that's a way to reduce people scouting or feature matches or unveiling decks. Is that something that Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be implementing? Would it make Yu-Gi-Oh! More competitive? Or would it be taking away surprise factor cards? Like maybe someone wants to play a Drowning Mirror Force in their deck, and now that you know that they're playing it, then they wouldn't even be playing it to begin with, right? Let's hop into game number 2. Maybe it's Destiny and Shadow. Let's go, let's go. In every competitive event, you're kidding yourself if you don't believe this. Friends are telling each other intel about other players in the event. They're all huddling together. Jimmy's playing that deck. Johnny's playing this tech card. Watch out, he's actually playing Thrust, so if you activate cards in the draw phase, you're not safe, even if you're trying to play around a talent. This dude's playing evenly matched in the main deck. They're all talking. We got Horus. Horus Tearlament versus Maxi, which keeps Horus in check. That's not so good. Are you ready? Yes, this is what you're supposed to do. But what if you go to so if you go to an event and you don't have friends, you should be at a disadvantage. That's not cool, right? Which makes me lean towards the Magic the Gathering way of just everyone having everyone's deck list and deck type being better. All right, let's go. Reinhardt, we're not going to imperm that. Waiting with the imperm onto a Kick Cal, I do believe is better. We chain in Maxi to that Sharon, which is not a big deal if it weren't for the imperm. Because what we'll simply do is make a Kick Cal, search for a Sulik, then end our turn. It's pretty damn good. It's why the deck was so good against Maxi back in the day when it was tier 0. Here is the search, here is the imperm. I don't think so. Imperm is so good because it negates multiple effects. The Kick Cal is not going to be able to get herself into the graveyard at mill 5. Not that we would do that under Maxi anyway. We still have a Crime. Crime is going to be able to negate anything. And on top of a Maxi, let's freaking go. Maxi, if you tried to stop the Maxi, we would have negated it, completely ending their turn. Set, Droplet, pass. Now Kick Cal could send herself to the graveyard, reborn the Rhino Heart. Oh, we had one in the graveyard? No, we returned it back in the deck to summon the Kick Cal. We have the one from the hand. So Rhino Heart's going to send from the deck as the Kick Cal now mills 5. Mill 5, we have a Kaleido in the graveyard for shuffling. Sharon triggering to come forth and Shokan into Rukalos. Rukalos will be able to negate a Nibiru, not that we're even summoning 5 times to begin with, as we simply poke for 4,500 damage. We also have Crime to negate anything. We are not King Sarcophagusing. We are going to make a Recharger into a Striker Dragon on summon, search our deck. Now, the Crime will also be able to spin the card back in the deck. We're going to Rukalos negate the Noctovision, Droplet negate Rukalos. Now, in the TCG, this is a Chainlink block. In Master Duel, this is not a Chainlink block. The Rukalos, or I should say Crime, could have negated the Striker Dragon before the Noctovision triggers. And we're going to use Crime onto the Droplet. You are not going to negate. Negate. The negate, return it back into the deck, mate. As Rukalos negates and destroys the Noctovision, sending herself to the graveyard, triggering Rukalos to reborn herself back from the graveyard. We also have the Hovness being sent to the grave through the effect of the Crime, which is, I believe, how it got to the grave. Yes, that's exactly how it was sent there. We're going to chain Maxi. As we now fuse this up into... What are we fusing into? Rukalos is back on the field. As we fuse the Rukal and Rhino into a Kaleido. Hovness, Rukal, and Rhino into Kaleido on summon, spinning the Striker Dragon on the field back into the extra deck. Big enough to suicide into the Kaleido Heart. It's a very good play because the Kaleido Heart being sent to the grave by card effect is a big deal. It will trigger a fusion. It will spin a card in the field back on the deck. So if you could quickly get the Kaleido into the graveyard through battle, you do it. We have King Sarcophagus, discarding Tearlament Grief, sending the horse to the graveyard to reborn the horse onto the field. Not in I'm Seti, which is quite interesting. The Happy states that if a card leaves the field through card effect, we're going to return up to 2 cards from either player's graveyard or banishment and put them back to the hand. We're going to be returning the field spell back into the deck. We activated our Kaleido to spin back the Leveneer back into the deck. Okay, sure. Also recycling our Kaleido. Now, Hell Shadow Hollow. We're just going to discard that card, not by card effect, so it's not going to trigger. Reborning a Dumatef, as we then make a Zombie Vampire to mill 4 cards off of both players' decks, which we did not use Impermanence on, to steal the Magna Hut to search for a dragon during the end phase, which we're now imperming the Magna Hut from searching for a Bestial of our own during the end phase. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Sure. Not imperming a Zombie Vampire, I think, is quite sus, yes? We have Happy reborning from the graveyard, and we are scooping this up. Something just happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know. What the heck? We did not think that the Zombie Vampire was a big deal. It's a huge deal. It could mill Tearlaments, trigger Fusion Summoning. It milled an additional Horus to reborn from the grave. Oh my gosh, you have to stop that Zombie Vampire. Let's go to game 3. Probably had Toggle off? Maybe. Let's go, let's go. Evia, hi, smile. Hi, you tell me to smile. Thank you for the 4 months, I appreciate you. JGIBZZZ, thank you for the 5 months. Love the content, DK. I'll come out of the closet for you if it confirms. Voiceless Voice to be released soon. Thank you for the 5 months. King of Kings, the first one. Thank you for the 23 months. IDK Dave VAPR with the 11 months. DK, the time has come. I've had butterflies in my stomach all this time to let you know how I truly feel. I can't describe the feeling from the top of my hair to the bottom of my toes, the tickling all over my body. Anywho, give me a refund. Love you, Gia.
Hi.
No. All right. Are you ready? Ooh, we got card destruction in tier limit. Very nice. Let's get to it. Game number 3. Game 3. Hajime. Grass looking green, which we do have a 5-card mill at the moment. Not so good. Striker Dragon before we mill our field spell into the graveyard. Come to us. Our boot sector launch. We could still mill 4. We're now going to mill only 3 with our grass looking green. Are we going to even bother with the grass? It's only a mill 3 right now. We keep on getting cards out of our deck. Come forth, Lubellion. I guess Lubellion does not want our continuous spell milled. It's now a mill 1. Grass looking green is mill 1. Will you at least mill 1? Now it's mill none. We're going to mill nothing with grass. Good job. Had 5. Mill 5, and then we pulled 5 cards out of the deck. We're going to send Absorrouter from the deck to the graveyard by discarding a card, which triggered to grab a Rocket Tracer. With the Boot Sector launch, we could special summon that Rocket Tracer onto the field. Activating its effect to pop the field spell to summon from the deck a Rocket Recharger to then make a Pisty. Pisty will make a baby with another monster, but we need another Link monster to point to where the Pisty's pointing to, as we instead make a Dissipator. Dissipator is going to be reborning the banished Dragon Maid Chamber as we link off into a Striker Dragon. Now the Pisty can reborn anything from the grave. Come forth, Magna Hut. With the Magna Hut, we'll search for a Bestial during the end phase, which is really good against tier limit. We have a Finger, and we have a Bestial, so do 2 ways to disrupt the only 2 ways to fusion summon with tier limit. The Havnis and the Sharon are both going to get fingered and Bestialed. Further Shokaning into the Rocket Charger back onto the field through the effect of the Striker Dragon popping a monster we control, as we then make a Borland Dragon as the Delingris reborn itself. We have the Branded Regain returning the Delingris back in the action deck to randomly draw into a Ghost Ogre. As we further Shokan this up into a Borlode Savage Dragon Omni Negate. You have Dissipator, which will destroy a monster in response to it activating. Borlode, which will negate anything. Borland, which will negate a monster. The Finger, which will be fingering a tier limit. The Bestial, which will be Bestialing a tier limit. We have Ogre, which will be popping a monster. And we have the Dragon Maid Tiding to return a card back to the hand. Let's go. 7 cards. Begin. Card destruction. That's going to be interesting. Sharon discarding the Keldo, as the Scream is going to be triggering to search our deck for a trap. The Hell Shadow Hollow is going to mill one. Wow, only 1, because it's every different attribute on the field. That's how many cards you mill. Keldo. We're going to Dissipator, negate the Keldo from returning the Rockets back in the deck, which turns off the use of Borland. Borland could only negate if we have a Rocket in the graveyard to reborn. So we do have to negate that. Smartly done. Hollow Mill, just a single Havnis. Who's Gorilla Guy? Get this guy out of here. Okay, there we go. We have Druid Swarm, Chain banishing the Havnis. As we said, we only have Sharon left, which the Finger's waiting. Regain to return back that Havnis back into the deck to draw 1. We have the Tillman Field spell coming to us as we card destruction our entire hand to draw 4 new cards. Triggering Rhino, triggering the Meta Noise. Meta Noise is going to grab a different Rhino. Did we target the same Rhino to return back to the hand? What? We activated Rhino to summon, but then we activated a card to return that Rhino that wants to summon back to the hand. Thus, it resolves that effect because it's now back in the hand. Okay, we normal summon it instead. Regain, trigger, reborn a Magna Hut from our graveyard. And again, we have that Finger. Send for the deck Sharon. As I said, only 2 fusion summons and 2 ways to stop those fusion summons through the Call of the Grave and our Bestial. Goodbye to Sharon. She is banished. It's better if we have a Havnis banished because she is limited to 1. Sharon being semi-limited. Let's see what else we could do here. Foolish Burial, send from the deck a Fairy Tale Snow. Fairy Tale Snow, banish 7 cards from the graveyard, hand, or field. Banishing everything from the grave except the Hell Shadow Hollow. We're going to use the Fairy Tale Snow to attempt to flip the Borreload face down, which still has that negate ready. As we then negate the Fairy Tale Snow with the Borland, reborn the Rocket Recharger, follow up with a Heartbeat to spin back the Tiding back into the deck. We have the Bestial Magnahut, which will be returned back to the hand alongside the Fairy Tale Snow. Horus Imseti is going to be negated by the Borreload from searching for a Kingsark, which will then be able to send another horse in the deck to the grave, which stopped a rank 8 Xyz. So instead, we're now making Dugaris. Dugaris could draw 2 or reborn from the grave. What are we going to do? We're drawing 2. Draw 2, then discard. There's nothing good to discard. That's a good way to draw into, or if you already have a Hovness or a Sharon in the hand, you draw 2, discard that card, and then trigger the fusion, which just like that, maybe it's Destiny with Dragon Link, Dragon Maid. We also saw some branded in the deck defeating Tearlament. Yeah, after you activate Dugaris, you would have a 1 material Zeus. So that's no, it's Zeus or draw 2, then discard. All right. Let's get ready. We have Gargolo, NDA Nizen versus Gargolo. Jack the Riffer, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. We'll be leaking when we're ready to leak. BRB, as I knock up some notifications, as we are going to be spectating up next within the tournament. Rescue Ace, which I haven't seen in a while. Where the Rescue Ace players been at? Let's get to it. Zesty Hamburger, tier 1 for 80 months. I appreciate it greatly. Magician Yami, thank you for 39 months. Goes in Trauma, hey Decade, best money I spent monthly for this sub. Appreciate what you do for the MD community. I've been using Ubel Labyrinth and it's quickly turned into my favorite deck. I'm excited to try that out now. Thank you, Goes in Trauma. Labyrinth with Ubel, yes. Time Eater with the $2. People at YouTube want at least some reads, Decade. What do you mean? What, some reads? Some leaks? Come on over to Twitch, my friend, and we'll be doing the leaks soon. So I'm going to let you know on YouTube at the moment where you at. The leaks soon. So here you are, YouTube. I see you. Gia, you forgot to tell me to turn off the YouTube. No. We're done. So YouTube, come on over to Twitch right now. There is the pre-roll ad should be turned off, so you should not be greeted with an ad as you come on over. We're gonna be doing August pack leaks, the rest of the tournament. We'll also be reacting to the World Champ Qualifier happening in, where is it, Texas it's happening. So there's maybe some good stuff with that. So hop on over, we still have a great stream left. So I'll see you there. Come on over to Twitch. Gia, you spam the Twitch, thank you. No. Okay, well, I'll see you on YouTube videos then. The leak will be posted on YouTube sometime next week. Have your babies done. Bacon pancakes, thank you. So come on over through Twitch and I'll see you there. Letting the dog out, okay. Brock with the 2 months says, negate. Thank you, Brock. Dark Tuner with the 6 months, officially shooting them laser beams. I appreciate greatly. Hickey Neat. Wish there was a Mad Lad playing Hero Ubel. Ubel Hero? Yes, that'd be nice. Thank you for the 2 months. Soupy Mist, thank you for the 18 months. El Nunino with the 17 months. Pepino, 6 months. Glad to see Centurion RDA in the tournament, playing that in the TCG right now. Ain't no way. I'm also really enjoying watching you play in ranked, whether I catch it live or later on YouTube. Keep up the good content. Thank you for the 6 months. Officially shooting laser beams. El Goomsh with the 7 months. Thank you for the good content, boss. You know it. Thank you. Dud with the 5 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. Not Armin 3 with the 22 months. Came early today to ask for a refund for the last 22 months so I could afford to play Duel Links. Please. No refunds. Thank you, Not Armin. And YouTube, I bid you farewell. Thank you. Come on over to Twitch. I'm going to turn off the stream right now for YouTube, but we're going to continue on Twitch. The August pack leak today is a deck I'm definitely playing when it comes out on release. All 3 decks I'm leaking are good decks. I'm going to play all 3 decks on stream. Today's deck I'm having a lot of fun with. The second deck I learned a lot about recently. Holy moly, it's actually nuts. And third one's also very good. So I'll see you there. Let's do it.